body receiving the energy that your breath is bringing it and sending that energy into the floor, into the connection with the ground. Feeling a mutual return of energy back into your body. Deep breath in through the nose. If you're just joining, we're starting on our backs in Shavasana, or you can have your feet flat on the floor, knees together, whatever feels best. Deep breath in through the nose and out through the nose as you release, just letting everything release a bit more, preparing your body to move freely. Every breath out, letting go of anything worrying you today, finding yourself in the moment. Feel your breath fill all the parts of your body, from your fingers to your toes. Knowing that you're here for you, and that alone is a huge deal. You've made the time for yourself. Take a few more deep breaths in and out. Feeling the energy shooting through your fingertips and your toes. Not fully relaxed now like at the end of class in Shavasana, but holding an active corpse pose, if that makes any sense. Feeling your breath coursing through your body, waking it up. Starting to wiggle your fingers and toes. And like you're just waking up in the morning, stretch your arms up and overhead. Taking your right foot and crossing it over your left. Moving your legs slightly to the left and your arms slightly to the left, like you're a banana, stretching out your right side body. Deep breath in, and on the breath out, switch sides. Crossing your left foot over your right, moving your arms to the deep breath in, deep breath out. Coming back to center, slowly bringing your right knee in to meet your chest. Circling the knee, loosening up the hip joint. And circling it the other way. Slowly extend your foot up, grabbing inside of your thigh or your calf, whatever feels good, giving yourself a gentle hamstring stretch and keeping your bottom leg, your left leg, extended and active. Roll your ankle to the right and to the left. Warming our bodies up from the bottom up. And slowly cross the right foot over your left knee. You can either leave your left foot on the ground and just kind of push your knee open, or if it feels better, lift your left leg up and give yourself a little hip opening stretch, figure 4. You might want to rock back and forth, waking up your spine a little bit, giving yourself a massage. Breathing in, pull a little tighter, and breathing out, release everything. I'm pulling your left knee to your chest. And circling. And switching directions like you're stirring a cauldron. Breathing in, extend your left foot up. Pulling on the leg gently. And rotate your ankle. To the left. And to the right. And slowly release your leg down. And taking your hands underneath your thighs, start to rock, keeping your abdominal muscles engaged. rocking and rolling your whole body a few times until you reach a seated position. Hands on the knees, breathing in, expand the chest forward. And breathing out, pull the belly button back toward the back wall, arching your spine. Continue with your breath. Breathing in, opening, breathing out, concaving. And if it feels good, start to rotate in a circle with your chest, trying to isolate your chest as much as you can and your hips, waking up your torso now and switching directions. Come back to center. Slowly tilt your head to the right, bowing your chin forward, slowly circling the neck, down and around. Coming back to center and switching directions. Extending the right arm out, reach out about 2 inches past your natural extension, leaning onto your right arm, keeping your left hip on the ground. Lift your left arm up and overhead, stretching out your left side body, keeping your left shoulder down. Breathe in, lift back up, repeat to the left, bringing your right arm up and overhead. Breathing in, returning up. This time put your right arm slightly behind you, circling the arm forward, back and around. Repeating on the left side, forward, back and around. One more time with your breath. And slowly come onto your hands and knees. Find a neutral position. And with your breath in, arch the back, lifting the chest forward, melting the heart to the ceiling, finding a nice stretch in your spine. Breathing out, lifting the belly button toward the ceiling, pressing your hips back, arching the spine. Continue to do this with your breath. Breathing in to extend up. And breathing out to pull the belly in. And start to move in a circle, moving the hips freely, whatever feels good. My teacher this week, she was doing this and she said, do it how you would if you knew nobody was watching you. Keeping the breath in as you expand the heart forward and breathing out as you arch the back, moving backwards. And return to a neutral position. Breathing in, extending the right arm up and then threading it behind your left arm. Finding a nice shoulder stretch. Thread the needle. If it feels good, you can breathe in, extend your left arm up and tuck it behind you, placing it on your right thigh. Otherwise, keep it right on the floor. Big breath in and out, and slowly unwind. Extend the arm back up, place it down, left arm up, and threading the needle. Find a nice shoulder stretch on your left side, making sure your hips are square over your knees. Big breath here. And unwinding. Back to hands and knees. And then sitting on your heels, lifting your tush off your heels. Arms up and overhead, clasping your hands, pointer fingers out. Just lift your chest to the ceiling, not really arching back, but feeling the beginning of a back arch. Breathing in and breathing out, come back to center. Breathing in, arch to the right. You can kind of move your hips to the left, find a deeper stretch on the left side. Breathing in, return center. And breathing out, arch to the left. Return to center. Releasing the right arm down. Find a nice reed type movement. Stretching each side and flowing your arms freely, just finding whatever movement feels good in your body. Arms up and overhead, and then pressing through hands and knees, press into downward dog. You can walk your feet out, stretching and waking up your calf muscles, really focusing on engaging the abs and pulling your hips up toward the ceiling, finding flatness across your shoulder blades, and bending the knees if you need to. Extend the right leg up and behind you, bend the knee and open the right hip, trying to keep the right shoulder down as much as you can and square. And then if you're ready and it feels good, go ahead and drop that right leg back, flipping your dog, coming into rock star. Left leg extended straight, propped up on that right foot. Otherwise, just keep your leg open up above in the air. And then come back around carefully, leg up, and back down into downward facing dog. My AirPod came out. Lifting the left leg up, same thing on the left. Finding rock star. Breathing in, finding a nice long line from your right leg to your left fingertips. And then coming back around, left leg up, returning to downward facing dog. Right leg up behind you and pull the knee in toward your nose, placing the right foot down between your hands and lowering the left knee. Take a moment to find some squareness in the hips, not over sinking down into the left hip stretch, but really squaring back, pulling the right thigh backwards. And place the left hand on the floor, extending the right arm up, twisting to the right. Finding a nice, gentle twist in the spine, not overdoing it. Breathing in deeply, and on the next breath out, place the hands down, press the right foot back up and behind you, place it into downward facing dog. Same thing on the left, lifting the left leg up behind you, pull the knee to the nose, place it down in front of you and lower into a lunge on the left side, finding some squareness in the hips. Breathing in, extend the left arm up into a twist. And breathing out, slowly lower back down. Pressing into a downward facing dog. Take a couple deep breaths in through the nose, out through the mouth. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Right leg shoots up again, this time bringing it to the left arm, knee to the left elbow, and then shoot the right leg back out behind you. Breathing out, pulling it to the right elbow. Breathing in, extend it out once more. Breathing out, pulling the knee forward, placing it on the ground. This time leaving your left leg extended, left knee up. Easy twist, right arm up to the right. Take a couple deep breaths. And the next thing we're gonna do, you wanna look down, make sure that you have space between your feet, that they're not in one line, so that you can find a good balance. Slowly shift the weight to your right foot a bit, taking the weight off your left hand, staying in a twist, raising up into a standing twisted lunge. Breathing in, facing forward, right arm comes up into a high lunge. Make sure your hips are square, you're pulling that right thigh back. Both points of your hips are forward, your ribs are scissored in. And then on the next breath out, you can watch because this is a little different. On the breath out, hands come down and forward, you like you're saying, stop. Breath in, open the left arm, open the legs to a wide leg squat, hands still saying stop on either side of you. Breathing out, turning to the other side so that you're in a lunge on your left side. Breathing in, extending the arms into a high lunge. Take another breath here. And one more time, a little faster. Breathing out, arms down. Breathing in, open legs. Breathing out, lunge to the right with your hands down. Breathing in, bring the arms up. Stay here for the out breath. And then open into a warrior two. Your left foot is at a 45-degree angle. Your knee is over your right ankle. Hips are square to the front as much as possible. Make sure that both your arms are at the same level. Take a deep breath in, reach your right arm forward, up and over into reverse warrior, finding a nice deep stretch to your right side. And then breathing out, straighten the right leg, bring your arms back up, reaching your arm forward once again, this time tilt forward so that your right arm is in line with your shin. You can also place it on your thigh, triangle. Breathing in, on the out breath, opening back up, opening the left foot and walking your feet in a little bit, bending into a horse, wide-footed lunge. And you can just kind of move your hips around, do whatever feels good here, just waking up the booty, waking up the hips. Got 2 Taylor Swift songs in here tonight. I hope you like that. Breathing in, extend your arms up, toes pointed inwards, and bend forward slowly. Feeling a nice forward fold. Kind of shifting side to side if that feels good. And the next breath in, slowly rolling up. Returning to a warrior two by opening that right foot and sinking over the ankle, making sure your knee isn't over the ankle like this, but straight over. Now taking the left arm and the left leg, step forward to face the front of your mat into a squat or Utkatasana chair position, arms overhead. Breathing out, arms shoot back behind you. And with a breath in, shoot back in front of you. Breath out behind you. Breath in front of you. A couple more times. Straighten those knees, hands to prayer position, and slowly bow forward, all the way down. Hands to the floor, to your legs. Breathe in, lift your torso halfway up. And breathing out, press into a plank position. Find a moment to find a nice strong plank, making sure your hips aren't dipped too low or too high, really engaging your abs and zippering them in. And slowly lower your knees, cross the feet behind you, shooting forward with your elbows staying in, lower all the way to the ground. Breathing in, press up into a baby cobra, heart melting to the sky. And breathing out, press back into downward facing dog. Repeat on the left. Breathing in, left leg up behind you, knee to your right elbow. Bending out, knee to the left elbow. Breathing out. Breathing in, extending the left leg back up. Hold the knee to the nose and place the foot in front of you. High lunge. Right hand down, then the left arm up into a twist. Like we did on the other side. Make sure your feet are in a good place to balance and shifting your weight a little to the left foot. Bend your right arm forward, maintaining a twisted position. And on the next breath in, bring the left arm forward to a high lunge with your arms overhead. Breathing in, hands down to stop as you breathe out. Breathing in, opening to a wide lunge, wide squat, and breathing out. Lunge to the back of your mat. Breathing in, lifting the arms overhead. Breathing out, arms down. Breathing in, opening to a wide squat. Breathing out, hands down to the front. And breathing in, lift the arms up and overhead. Next breath in, open to a warrior two on the left. Finding squareness in your hips. Making sure your arms are on one level. Breathing in, reaching forward and reaching the left arm up and overhead into a reverse warrior. Breathing in, come back up. Extend the left arm forward again. Straightening the left leg. Fold into triangle. Breathing in, coming up. Opening the right foot. Walking the feet in a bit and squatting deeply. Hands on the knees this time. I'll turn to face you. Press the right shoulder forward, just getting a nice stretch. If you want to kind of bop around, do it. And breathing in, pressing into the left shoulder stretch. Keeping the squat, lift your arms up and overhead. Press them down. Breathing in, lift up and overhead. Breathing out, press them down. Just do this with your breath a few more times. And open back into warrior two. I'm on the other side. Now slowly walk your right foot and your right leg up so that you're in chair or utkatasana. And on the breath out, push the arms back. Breathing in, arms forward. Breathing out, arms back. And on the next breath in, standing up, legs straight, arms to prayer position. Take a moment, just close your eyes here in Mountain Tadasana. Feeling the weight evenly distributed across all four corners of your feet. Feeling internal rotation of your inner thighs. And like there's a rod that's going straight through the crown of your head, all the way down through your spine and your tailbone, shooting into the floor. On the next breath in, bring your arms up and overhead. And breathing out, fold forward. Breathing in, halfway lift. And breathing out, step into plank. You can lower to your knees or take a full chaturanga off your knees. Pressing into cobra or up dog with a breath in. And breathing out, pressing into downward facing dog. We're gonna do that one more time, adding a few things on. Take a deep breath in, right leg up behind you. Breathing out, crossing your knee across your body, bringing it to your left elbow. Breathe in, extend it out. Pull the knee to your right elbow. This time, breathing in, extending out. Cross your knee to your left elbow once more. This time, extending your leg, placing the outside of your left foot on the ground. Rotating so that you're balancing on the inside of your left foot. Rotating open and opening your left arm. Or you can keep both hands on the ground. On the breath in, lower your hips to the ground, lower your left arm. And on the breath out, lift everything back up to the sky. Breathing in, everything down. Breathing out, everything to the sky. Slowly shifting your weight back to both hands, bringing the knee up behind you. Bend the right leg up. And bring the knee into the nose, placing it down in front of you. Into a twisted low lunge. On the breath in, come up into your twisted high lunge. Breathing in, arms overhead, high lunge. This time, go ahead and do the same thing we've been doing with your breath or to the music, whatever feels good. We're gonna do it 4 times. Arms down, open, arms down, stand up, down, open, down, up. And one more time. Open to the back, up, open to the front, and up. That's a real balance challenge. Opening to warrior 2, Breathing in, stretching back, reverse warrior. Reaching forward, right leg straight into triangle. Breathing in, coming up, walking the feet in. This time keeping your feet a little wider than hip width distance apart. Hands on the hip, chest forward, to the side, back, to the side in a circle, keeping the hips in one place and isolating the chest. And circling to the right. And to the left, forward, to the left, back, to the right, forward, left, back, right, circling. Looking good, everybody. Toes inwards a bit and extending the arms out, fold forward. This time, reaching your arms to the right leg, folding your body down across your right leg, and then walking your hands over to the left, stretching out that left leg, and back to center. Slowly roll up, back to warrior two, and stepping forward into Utkatasana. Once again, we'll do those swimming arms back and forward, back and forward, back and forward. Straighten the legs, taking the right arm down, the same thing we were doing on our knees earlier. Stretching out the side bodies, moving your arms freely as it feels good with the music or your breath. Breathing in, arms overhead, and swan dive, arms open, folding forward with a flat back. Breathing in, press halfway up, and breathing out, release all the way, stepping back into a plank position. Staying in the plank position, tap your right foot down and place it back. Left foot taps and back. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Coming forward into chaturanga or knees down. And pressing into a cobra or an up dog. Breath in. Breathing out, lifting back into downward facing dog. And we'll repeat this on the left. Breathing in, left leg comes up. Knee to right elbow. Leg extends back. Knee to left elbow. I think I said left when I meant right on the first one. Sorry, guys. Leg up, knee to right elbow. Extend that left leg out to the right, placing the outside of your left foot down, rolling onto the inside of your right foot, shifting the weight into your left arm and extending the right arm up. Breathing in, lowering the hips toward the ground, lowering the right arm. Breathing out, lifting it up. A few more times. And one last time, breathing in, breathing out, placing the hands back down, lifting the leg up and behind you. Pull the knee in, place the foot down. Right hand on the ground, extend the left arm up into a twist. Take a deep breath in, and on the breath out, press up into a twisted lunge. Breathing in, bring the arms up in front of you. And we'll do our little dancey move 4 times, opening up into lunge to the back. Breathing out, press the arms down, opening. Breathing out, press arms down and up. And continue with your own breath. Using your abs to really maintain your balance. Finding the ways that your breath helps you with that balance. One more time, opening, pressing to the back, breathing in, breathing out, pressing to the back, opening, pressing to the front, opening into high lunge. And then into warrior two. Sending the left arm forward, stretching into reverse warrior. And then straightening the left leg, reaching the left arm forward, folding into triangle. Finding a nice long line across your arms and chest. Rising up, walking the feet in. This time I just want you to dance. Do whatever feels good. I feel like I look really ridiculous. My husband looks really ridiculous too. So just know that it doesn't matter. It feels good to move your body sometimes the way it wants. A couple more counts of this. 3, 2, 1. And then taking your feet together, step your right foot out, elbowing towards the back wall, placing it back down. To the left, same thing. 1, 2, 3, 4. And start doing the same thing, throwing your arms back behind you. This is a series of moves my friends and I like to call getting rid of the creepy guy at the club. Works every time. All right, one more time. 4 elbows, some forearms up and around. Just really opening everything up, loosening it up. Opening up the legs, one more time. Pigeon toeing so that your toes are in. And lowering down, slowing the heartbeat down. Crossing your hands behind you, sending the arms straight. Lifting them overhead, getting a nice shoulder stretch as you bend forward. Take a moment to really focus on slowing your breath. And if you can, open your feet a little wider, get a little lower. And slowly take your arms and massage all the way down your back, all the way down the backs of your legs. Really giving yourself a true and honest leg massage here. And slowly roll back up, opening back up to Warrior 2 and stepping forward to Utkatasana. Breath out, arms behind you. With the breath in, they come back up. A few more times. One more breath in, arms up. Breath out, arms behind you. Straightening the legs. And this time, opening the chest, bending back slightly, opening the arms. And then opening the arms the other direction, up and overhead, arching the back forward a little bit. Breathing in, doing the same thing, opening the back and the chest. And breathing out, bringing the arms up and overhead and forward, arching the back forward. A couple more times with the breath. One more breath in, arch back. And then open the arms, swan diving forward. Breathing in, press halfway up. And breathing out, step into plank. One more time, tapping the feet 8 times. Right, left, right, left. The last one on each side. And shooting into a chaturanga or knees on the ground push-up. Press into upward facing dog or cobra. Breathing in and breathing out. Open the knees, pressing into child's pose and taking a moment to recollect yourself. Once again, like in the beginning of class, shooting all the energy you've now created into the earth, sending that vibration down and connecting to your center. Feeling how good it feels to just be free and a little uninhibited. Take a few more breaths in child's pose. Take one more deep breath in, and on the breath out, press through the hands and knees into downward facing dog once more. Like at the beginning of class, lift the right leg up behind you, open the right hip, and either keep it here or fall into a rock star or flipped dog. Left arm on the ground, right arm extended to the front wall in a long line with your left leg. Right foot as a kickstand, propping you up. And come back around carefully, pressing both hands back down. Bending the left leg back up, placing it down. Left leg up, same thing on the left. I'm gonna move so I don't knock into all my plants. Opening into a rock star. Bending the left arm into one straight line with the right leg. And coming back around, bending the left leg up and back, coming back into downward facing dog. Breathe in, right leg up. Breathe out, knee to nose, placing it down like you're going to be in a lunge position, but shifting the weight forward, lifting the left foot off the ground, and as far as you can, folding forward into a standing split, which, as you can see, for me is not an actual true split. It doesn't matter how high your leg is. This is about finding your center of gravity, getting a nice hamstring stretch. You can play around with taking both hands clasped around your wrist to play with balance. Take a couple more deep breaths here. And on the next breath out, slowly start to lower your left foot toward the ground. Not touching it to the ground, but bringing it all the way through to the front, one-legged Tadasana. Trying to keep your hips as square as possible, your toes actively pointed upwards. Crossing the foot over the right leg, not on the knee, but over it, and sinking into a standing figure four. Kind of like we did on our backs at the beginning of class. Feeling a nice stretch in the outside of your left hip and glute. If it feels good, you can kind of move around here, test your balance while dancing in place. And on the next breath in, bring the left foot to the outside or the inside of your right leg into a tree position. I'll turn to face you. Breathing in, arms up and overhead. Right arm down if it feels good to wave your branches in the wind. Kind of helps you balance sometimes too. If you start falling, you just move your arms to the other side. And bring your left foot back to meet your right. Breathing in, arms up and overhead, folding forward. Stepping back into downward facing dog. This time extending the left leg up behind you with a breath in. Pulling the knee towards your nose, stepping into lunge, and then pushing your weight onto your left foot. Bending your right leg back into a standing split. As much as you can, let your head hang. Just play with tensing your right fingers, seeing where your center of balance is. A couple more deep breaths here. And slowly on the next breath out, lower your right foot toward the ground, hovering it as it passes the left. Lifting it into one-legged Tadasana, really squaring your hips, finding length in your spine, and then sinking back into a standing figure four. The next breath in, your right foot meets the inside of your left thigh in tree position. Breathing in, arms up and overhead if that feels good. Waving your tree branches. Hands come to meet at prayer position. Forward in front of you, lowering the feet down. One last time, breathing in, up and overhead, go your arms, folding forward. Breathe in, lift halfway up. Breathe out, step into downward facing dog one last time. And then crossing your legs, come into a seated position. Here, you can either cross your right leg across your left thigh, placing the foot on the ground flat, or if you want something a little bit more, you can meet your knees so that they're lined up over one another in a double pigeon. Taking your right hand, so your right leg is over your left, taking your right hand out to the side, breathing in, stretch the arm up and overhead, bending to the right and feeling a nice stretch again in your left side body, then shifting your chest forward and slowly circling around so that you're folding over your legs in front of you. Taking a couple nice deep breaths here. Maybe 4 deep breaths. Really allowing your muscles to stop giving and just relax. Slowly pressing up. Extend the legs out, maybe windshield wiper them. And then cross the left leg over the right, either placing it on the floor or crossing your knees. Your legs extended out on either side. Left arm to the side. Lift the right arm up and overhead, stretching out the right side body. Deep breath in. And then shifting the chest forward. Circle the arms so that you're folding forward over your knees. Taking 4 nice deep breaths. With every breath out, releasing the muscles a little bit more. Slowly press up. Bring the feet in front of you, shaking them out, shaking the legs out if that feels good. And slowly lower all the way onto your back. Bring your heels to meet your butt or as close as possible. And slowly pushing the palms of the hands and the soles of the feet into the ground, keeping the knees together. Lift your hips up. Bridge. And just kind of relax your hips, letting them circle as if in a figure 8. This part of the body is really associated with creativity and expression, and so we're really moving and grooving in this class, and this is also a really nice way to kind of tap into that expression and bridge pose. Feeling your body move a little freely, being careful not to overdo it, keeping your spine strong. The next breath in, press up once more, lifting your hips toward the sky as far as they can go, inner thighs tight together. And breathing out, lower everything down. Lifting your legs up, grabbing either the soles of your feet or behind the creases of your knees. Doing one last happy baby. Rocking back and forth if that feels nice on the spine. And taking a deep breath in. Slowly release into Shavasana. Taking up space, letting your feet flop to the sides. Taking a deep breath in and a deep breath out through the mouth. And then continuing to breathe normally in and out through the nose. Relaxing every part of your body from your head all the way down to your toes. Start to deepen the breath a little bit. Come back into your surroundings. Start to stretch out your body, preparing to sit back up. Your eyes still closed. Roll onto whatever side feels more comfortable. Take one deep breath here. In and out, releasing any remaining stale energy. Press up into a seated position with your eyes still closed. Bring your hands to your heart in prayer position. Taking one last deep breath in together and out. Bowing the head, thanking yourself for being here. Namaste. Thank you all so, so much. I appreciate your time as always, and I hope you had fun tonight with something a little different.